Pleasant good afternoon to you. John Verlin with On Demand Advertising Solutions. Another digital marketing update. Really good post from Tom Ever that owns HiveAge, and they provide software basically for free invoicing and accepting payments and things like that. And he had a good post in leavingworkbehind.com. I wanted to kind of touch on just as sort of a reminder, sort of what's really important for small businesses to be thinking about as you begin your business and grow it. These are things that kind of crop up unexpectedly, so I kind of want to line them out real quick here and just discuss them briefly. I've talked about a number of these in past podcasts, but it's a good idea, I think, to just kind of put them in a listing form to kind of get an idea of kind of what to expect as you grow your business and how to deal with them, so at least you have a plan, something to understand what to do when you face some of these things. The first thing he talks about is cash flow issues, and this is something that definitely can creep up on you, particularly when you start out and you're not sure, you don't get things in writing maybe with new clients and the payments are behind, your bills, are kind of like pressing and they need to be paid. And there's a number of things he says you could do. Obviously, online invoicing, you can, in a way, you can basically use software to kind of manage the cash flow, keep the money coming in. He mentions HiveAge as one thing that they do for providing invoicing and accepting payments and automatically charging clients. And then there's others out there, of course, merchant services, things like that you can use, and obviously QuickBooks, things like that you can tie into checking accounts to help manage your checking and things of all your expenses and all. But cash flow issues is a number one grievance of a lot of small businesses, to stay on top of that by using online software or software in general to do that. The second point he talks about is being tired. Now, you may not think about this, but I think every entrepreneur faces this, is overextending themselves, and that fatigue can make you disorganized, cranky, forgetful. You're not paying much attention to clients. So it's really important to learn to pace yourself. This is nothing new, but it's something to think about as you continue to build it, because embracing strategic delegation, being able to pace things and spread them out among other people, or not even other people as far as employees, but maybe farming out to freelancers, different areas, whether it is invoicing, whether it's legal or accounting or marketing or any of those tasks that frees you up so you won't be fatigued. Is it worth the cost? You have to decide that, but your health and your alertness, obviously, are very important, something to consider about. So it's important to get on top of these things so that your well-being is going to be taken care of. And then finding and retaining profitable customers. Now, that's probably the number one thing you really need to focus on, because you never know when that one client cancels, when things dry up, competition comes into the market. So staying on top of your marketing is probably the first thing you should do, I think, out of the gate, because that could dry up at any moment and there goes everything else. So no matter what else you do, you don't have any customers to work with. So you need to focus on attracting new clients from your most profitable segments. Again, differentiating yourself from your competition. We've talked about this before, of how you can do this online through content, social media promotion, your website, your blog, all of these things, but it's reminding prospects what separates you from your competition, and doing so on a regular basis. This isn't a one-time thing, and now you got all your customers. This is ongoing, because you don't know the buying cycle of prospects. You don't know when they're in the market for your product or service. So that's why this is so critical to finding and retaining customers that are profitable, and focusing in your services or your products in that narrow niche, finding that niche, that unique selling point, and communicating that effectively to your would-be customers. Now, motivating employees, that's a whole podcast in itself, but it's really critical to not forget them, because so many employees today figure they'll be with a company a year or two and move on. And you can't afford turnaround. Small businesses can't afford really any lapses because the days of boom are hard to come by. And there's so many platforms now with which to do things that can take your business away from you. So motivating your employees is really critical, obviously, to make them feel a part of things, include them in your plans. Perks like, tea and coffee, free biscuits or fruit, staff Christmas parties don't cost a whole lot, but they really are important psychologically for the well-being of customers and obviously, or employees actually, and your customers too, for a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, that's something you do once a year, maybe have a customer appreciation party that not only motivates your employees, but your customers. And they're in touch with you. And that's critical. And then the fifth point he brings out is having too many overheads. Now, it's easy to get too many things going and costing. And so, he talks about trimming back on the things your customers don't really want. Cut the fat away. Get to the heart of the matter. Because, again, it's coming down to efficiency. And, again, it could be freelancing. It could be whatever you need to do to keep those costs down. Because obviously you got to keep it lean and mean. And finally, he talks about staying current with your industry, your sector. Again, this could be part of I don't want to say a marketer or marketing consulting or advertising firm could do this, but it's keeping up with all the latest trends or having someone do it, employee or again a consultant or whatever, to do this for you to keep track of all the changes in your industry. All the new products, all the new services, it's happening so fast because of the internet. And all of this is important, obviously, to stay on top of things, to stay ahead of the competition. Again, we've talked about this in the past, but it all works together with your marketing platform to keep you front and center in front of prospects on a regular basis. It all ties into your traditional advertising, your buying, as well as online marketing and advertising. So 6 things that you can do to stay on top of things, be alert as a small business owner, a number of actions. And again, all of this because of the internet, because of platforms, all of this is happening so quickly and can be used by so many competitors. It's a reminder to stay on top of everything. It's hard. I mean, it's not like it used to be. And because of this niche focus a lot of businesses have to do now to be competitive, it's just all the more important. John Verlin at johnverlin12 at AT&T.net. If you'd like to email me, love to hear from you. I'm at ondemandadvertisingsolutions.com, and we will talk to you soon.